Hi, welcome back to Debtless Community's Introduction to Financial Planning course. This is one of a three-part series on Introduction to Taxes. What we're going to focus on is a couple of definitions as well as a couple of formulas for figuring out your tax liabilities, ultimately your refund. And by the third series, what we're going to actually have you do is go through the process of filing a 1040EZ. So whether or not you're going to utilize an online service or go to a tax expert, this is ultimately information that you need to understand. From here, let's get started. Basic concepts on taxes. Any spending or investment decision or behavior that you make ultimately impacts your income. And anything that impacts your income or the amount of income that you're bringing in affects the amount of taxes that you ultimately have to pay. In this course, we're going to go over some introductory concepts and show you how to file taxes and develop a thought process that will ultimately help you shift your way of thinking to effectively utilize the taxing system so that you reduce your tax liabilities and build your wealth. The first definition that I want to bring up is the FICA taxes, which is the Federal Insurance Contributions Act. What they are is taxes paid to a fund for Social Security and Medicaid, or Medicare, which is a government health insurance for people over the age of 65. The total FICA tax is 7.65% combined, and your employer is also paying an additional 7.65% for a total of 15.3%. And if you're self-employed, you're actually paying both because you're both the employee and the employer. And on the next slide, I'm actually going to show you the breakdown and show you an example as well. An example, your gross income is $100,000. The Social Security tax is 6.2%, while the Medicare tax is 1.45%. If you take those numbers and you multiply 100,000 by 0.062, you're going to get $6,200 of Social Security tax that you're paying. And for the Medicare tax, you're paying about $1,450 for a total of $7,650 in the FICA tax. Another definition, pretty self-explanatory. Personal income tax is the amount of taxes that you're paying on your income. If you make any income throughout the year, you must complete a 1040. The easiest form that you can take advantage of is the 1040EZ. That's if you make under $100,000 or your dividend income is under $1,500. The problem with utilizing a 1040EZ, if you really want to itemize deductions or take care of over the limit deductions, you can't really utilize that with a 1040EZ. The required information that's put on a 1040 form is your filing status, your gross income, your adjusted gross income, your exemptions, itemized deductions or standard deductions. I'm going to focus on that a little bit in the second video. If your itemized deductions are greater than your standard deductions, obviously you want to use your itemized deductions. Your taxable income is going to be on there, your tax credits, as well as your capital gains and losses in the event that you're an investor. This is the end of the first part. In part two, I'm going to break down the definitions of filing status through standard deductions, and in part three, we're going to use formulas to figure out your tax liability, which is the percentage that you're paying on your taxable income. And I'm also going to show you a step-by-step process of filling out a 1040EZ form, just for simplification of the video purposes. And at any point in time, any of you want to see an actual outlining of a 1040 form and how to fill that one out, which is in more depth than the 1040EZ, I'll add in a video for that as well. I look forward to seeing you all in part two and part three. I hope you guys listen in. Thank you for your time. Take care.